Imagine you are all alone. You completed your final journey, and then you hear something. You hear someone, but it isn't human. So you run. It begins to talk. It talks louder. Then another voice talks. Then the other replies. No matter how fast you run, they won't stop. You suspect it's a bad dream. So you try your best to wake up. Sandbox games are often defined by their ability to separate themselves from other sandbox games. A good sandbox game might offer the player a cool, interesting storyline within a large open world, or it may give the player a bucket and a spade and a 50-page tutorial on creating their own world. But no matter what, a good sandbox game gives the player freedom, and there has never been a game more free than Minecraft. Unless, of course, you're referring to the price of the game, since it's definitely not free, no matter how many times those dodgy game sites say it is. Minecraft is the ultimate sandbox game, but sandbox games as a genre have often been accused of lacking in hooking the player in with goals and interesting gameplay. But when I looked closer at some sandbox games, I realised that they may seem quite bland and simple just from the description of the game, but actually playing the games, they still do things to keep the players interested. Of course, the real reward that most sandbox enjoyers get is a satisfying, perfectly constructed thing that they made within the game. But Minecraft is special in one very unique way. You see, games like SimCity and Stardew Valley give you specific tool sets. In Stardew, you play the role of a farmer. You have free reign over your farm, which is what the sandbox part of the game really is. But your farm is the only place that you really have control over. In SimCity, you can create your own cities and towns, and the game is specifically made for building these cities. Minecraft gives you the building blocks to build anything. Even though you'll probably just end up building a farm or a city anyway, but look, you get where I'm coming from with this. There is a reason why it's the most successful video game that has ever graced the planet Earth. But those impressive numbers don't tell the entire story. You probably remember Minecraft very fondly. You've probably bought Minecraft before, maybe even multiple times for separate platforms. I bet you bought it on the Wii U, didn't you? What a little freak you are. So did I. So what's the point of covering a game that has literally been milked to death on YouTube for multiple years now? Believe me, Minecraft videos and even video essays are nothing original. But I felt a little silly and I wanted to play it again. And it was only when I began looking online, I realized people don't like this game. I mean, hell, obviously they like this game, but I've seen some people say that they don't like the actual non-sandbox part of the game, the current state of the game, the somewhat slow development of updates, which surprised me. So I decided to get back into it. And I'll start with a brand new survival world to see why people don't like it. I guess it's time to see if my memories of the survival part of the game were biased, or if some people just like hating something because it's popular. Now I will be playing on the Bedrock Edition on my Nintendo Switch. I know for all of you mod lovers and shader lovers out there, that's a horrific decision to make, but listen, right? I can't make it look gorgeous on the Switch. This is as good as I can do. My PC can barely record the lines of audio you're hearing right now. I don't want to turn it into an Oppenheimer bomb by installing a million Minecraft mods and shaders. So I hope you'll forgive me. Besides, vanilla Minecraft is quite pretty as well. That's my excuse. So, let's play a little bit of Minecraft. The year is 0. Many years later, a country called Sweden made a game full of blocks. And that is Minecraft. As you may know, it has two main modes, survival and creative, because you can never be both. Creative is what I talked about at the beginning, but I'll get into the meat and bones of it later. For now, I'm pulling up my big boy pants and I'm playing survival Minecraft. I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with survival mode Minecraft. If you aren't, It is what it says on the tin. A game mode where you try and survive in a dangerous world. During the day, there is usually not much out to get you, but when it turns nighttime, things like zombies, spiders, and skeletons pop outside to say hello before immediately trying to make you say goodbye. As a survivor of the natural elements myself, I'll give you the basic 3 steps to survival. Number 1. Build a shelter. Number 2. Eat food. Number 3. Sword. God damn it, I was so close. There are many ways to play survival Minecraft. As the game has gotten older, updates have kept on adding new things to keep the game fresh and to keep people coming back for new experiences. But the pure basics of survival is the freedom to explore. Explore as high and as low as your little heart desires, because if you can see it, you can go there. Unless it's the moon. You can't go to the moon. Although Stampy somehow got to the moon once. In all honesty, as long as you're surviving in Minecraft, you're doing well in Minecraft. You start out with absolutely nothing but the clothes on your back. And thank God Steve at least put them on. You begin your adventure usually by cutting down trees and to get materials for a shelter and for weapons and tools. That seems pretty basic, right? It is quite simple, but Minecraft's simplicity is perhaps its biggest strength. Going on adventures with friends, building whatever you want with very few limitations, and watching what some people have achieved in this game is so refreshing. But Dino, you may say, you've fallen into the trap of completely going off on a tangent, because all of those great things Minecraft is known for is not part of the solo survival mode experience. And what I say to that is, yeah, you're right. That's true. You can play survival with friends, but playing with friends is a completely separate experience in my opinion. You can play Mario Kart on your own, but the most enjoyment you'll get out of it is likely playing with others. But that's Mario Kart. That's sort of meant to be a multiplayer experience. Minecraft should be a single player experience as well. You can have multiplayer fun in any game here. We're talking about single player. We're talking about single player Minecraft. So what makes Minecraft single player survival mode actually worth playing? As I said before, this game is simple. You build your house, you fight the mobs, you cook at the pasta, maybe you make a loaf of bread while you're at it, you fight mobs, you collect resources, and you try and stay alive. For a lot of people, Minecraft is a relaxing game. Even in survival as well, many players are just so familiar with Minecraft and how it works that if they don't know what to play, we'll just stick on Minecraft for a bit. Once you have built your starting shelter, you'll probably realize it's gotten a bit dark. That's because it's nighttime and you're about to experience a bump in the night. If you do have a shelter, you'll likely be alright, but it is quite boring to just stand there all night and look out at the things walking past your door. You could also leave and go out to fight the monsters, but since you may not be familiar with how they work if you're playing for the first time, or you haven't built a tool yet, it's probably not best to risk it. Besides, if you spend all day building your home, you may have not gotten the time to go out and find animals. Animals are unbelievably useful in this game. Some animals like pigs and cows drop meat you can eat for a treat, but it's best if you heat up the meat so it tastes more sweet. Cooked meat, when complete, is something you can't beat because it makes Steve full from his head to his feet. And that's a good thing, because if you don't feed yourself, you'll die of starvation. Not only do sheep give you mutton, but they also give you wool, which you can use to build a bed, which you can then use to me during the night. And then when you wake up, it'll be day and you have just saved yourself from staring at zombies all night. I will talk a little more about the monsters though. The creeper likes to creep up on you and explodes whenever they are close to you, exploding from the slightest bit of social interaction, which honestly makes me think they're just heavily introverted and get so nervous around people, they just combust. Just a little fan theory for you there. Get MatPat on the horn. Endermen are big scary boys and they like to take blocks. I don't want to get into the lore, but these are the only other entity in Minecraft that can really move blocks. Their design, in my opinion, is the creepiest. A tall, slender figure with 2 purple eyes just roaming about the place, teleporting whenever they want. They really are completely different from any other mob in the game, especially because they don't hurt you unless you look into their eyes. And if you do, that happens. So that's the game. Keep upgrading your home, build a farm, kill some monsters, that's it. Well, obviously that's not all. There is an ending to this game, and to get there, we need to visit one of the staples of Minecraft, the Nether. Do you know what hell is? Congrats, that's the Nether. To access the Nether, you need to build a Nether portal, which you need obsidian and flint and steel to create. I'll get to my opinions on this at the end of this explanation. And once you get there, you best prepare for scary stuff ahead, because there's a lot of scary stuff ahead. Like ahead. That was a stupid joke. As you may have noticed, these aren't your regular skeleton. These ones are black and prefer to hit you with a sword. But their name, the Wither Skeleton. That's so cool. So why are we in the Nether? What do we need to do here? The biggest reason why many visit the Nether is to get blaze rods. You get blaze rods from killing blazes, these fidget spinner looking lads. And you need some blaze rods to make blaze powder. After making the blaze powder, you need to start finding some of those endermen I talked about earlier. When they are killed, they occasionally drop ender pearls. So you need to combine the blaze powder and the ender pearls to make the eyes of ender, set in the oven for 200 degrees, wait for them to cool, Bob's your uncle, you've got a homemade cake. Crafting the blaze powder and the ender pearls makes the eyes of ender. The tickets for your way to beat Minecraft's big bad boss. Now before I get to the ender dragon, let me just talk to you about all of what I just said there. How on earth do you get to know how to do all this stuff? Does the game give you any hints or tips or even let you know that this place exists? It does not. Writing this section of the video, I found myself hopping onto the Minecraft wiki just to make sure I got everything 100%. Now yes, I know that a game like Minecraft can be very limited in the knowledge that it gives to the player. Minecraft is a game that lets you experiment and gives you very little in the terms of a tutorial. It offers the player free reign to go about how they want to play survival and doesn't force any single way for a player to do things. The game values your intelligence, it doesn't treat you like some donkey. It knows the player will eventually figure out how to build wooden structures and tools, how to mine inside caves, how to tame animals, how to get resources. Yet in this one part of the game, arguably its most exciting and interesting experience in the entire thing, you have to know about its existence before planning to venture towards it. Oh, and by the way, I'm not talking about the Nether, I'm talking about the end. This was also a problem with the Nether until broken Nether portals were added in the overworld. This addition is brilliant because now you can get an idea of what the portal does. And with a little experimentation, you can figure out how to activate the portal. This is actually a brilliant change because it sort of like influences the player to try and test something out with it instead of just expecting them to know what to do. Yet for the end, there's still so little in the game that would inform you about the stronghold that you need to get to the end. I know Minecraft is one of those games that people may use wikis for, and don't get me wrong, I do love games that do this. Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing being the main examples if I'm ever stuck and need to know something that the game doesn't really teach me. I guess I'm just disappointed that it's like this for a boss fight. There aren't really any boss fights in Minecraft, except for the Wither, which you have to build yourself, and the raids on villages, which is more akin to like fighting enemies in waves rather than one big boss fight. There's also the Elder Guardian, which would be a cool boss if there weren't like smaller guardians that like did the same thing that looked very similar to it. It's kind of like in the Mario games where you fight a load of Goombas and then the first boss is just a big Goomba. It's not bad, but it kind of takes away from the boss design element when you realize that these are a species of mob rather than just one lone square thing. I mean, what is this design? It's terrifying, I'll give it that. In a game similar to Minecraft, Terraria, which nobody has ever compared to Minecraft ever before, I am so original. The way bosses are implemented are much better to somebody playing the game for the first time, or even on repeated playthroughs. Terraria bosses do need specific items or requirements for them to spawn, but you can get most of these just by naturally progressing through the game. It makes the bosses feel a lot more natural, and it gives the player more of a sense of caution when a boss could spawn from the player doing anything. It catches new players off guard, but experienced players will know if they meet the requirements, then that boy's coming for you. But the reason why Minecraft gets away with it is because it's the most popular game of all time, and it hasn't changed this direction since the Ender Dragon was implemented into the game in 2011. 2011. What age was I? 8? 2011. I was 8 years of age at that time. Luckily for Minecraft, everybody already knows about the Ender Dragon and the end going into the game, so why change anything about it? From a game design aspect, I just don't really like it. Imagine you started playing Minecraft as it is now, and it was just not popular at all, like nobody had played it before, it was completely new. Would you even know what an Ender Pearl or an Eye of Ender or a Blaze Powder does? Even if you do figure it out, it's not like you know what to do with them once you have them. The fact that there is a stronghold with an end portal in it somewhere in the world, and that's common knowledge, really helps Minecraft, because I really do think there could be better ways to let the player find out about the end. I know the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, comes into play here a little, but it really is weird that the game has such little mention of the end. Maybe you could find a book or a note that actually talks about the end in a random chest in a village somewhere. I don't know, it still keeps it as more of a mystery that the average player may take some time to find, but eventually they'll find it. Again, this is a very minor problem in the scope of the game. It's why I'm almost certain most people's first Ender Dragon fight was either on creative mode or watching it on YouTube, simply because they had no idea how to get there in survival. But presuming the player knows what they're doing, all of what I said was unnecessary. Still, I believe it would be nice as an option for the new players. So anyway, now that I fixed a problem most people couldn't care less about, the Ender Dragon. The Ender Dragon fight is very cool once you actually get to it. These pillars around the boss area have little end crystals perched on top of them. And as it visibly shows, these regenerate the dragon's health, so you must destroy them before you can go on and fight the dragon. You can do this by either shooting them with arrows or climbing the pillars. Some crystals have cages around them though, so you can't really shoot arrows at them. This forces you to climb and destroy these ones, and then when they're all destroyed, you can go ham on the dragon. The end arena is quite sick too. Look at this. This looks so cool. The dragon has a lot of HP, but when you do eventually knock him down, the dragon lights up into the sky and explodes. RIP, I guess. Raining down a shower of XP and an egg. What more could you ask for, really? You collect all your stuff and hop into the portal, and that's the main game of Minecraft, complete. I see the player you mean. Take care. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we're part of the game. I like this player. It played well. It did not give up. It is reading our thoughts as though they were words on a screen. That is how it chooses to imagine many things, when it is deep in the dream of it. The game is very fun to play through. A majority of what Survival Minecraft offers is creativity and experimental gameplay. Personally, I think the game could do better with directing you towards the Ender Dragon, but the game has a brilliant sense of the unknown. Even people who have played this game for years can get a feeling like there is something else in the world that you have yet to discover, which is done using the game's atmosphere, which is the last point I'll be bringing up in this section. You see, this game is notorious for creepypastas, legends, and fake stories. The biggest reason for this is how the game feels so empty. There really feels like there is more in the game, but the fact that you are alone in survival and you never feel like it goes to show how Minecraft's biggest strength is luring the player into making theories or speculating on what could possibly be in the game, since you may feel uncomfortable or wary while playing alone. That was a long sentence. I didn't even realize how long that sentence was when I wrote it. The reason why Herobrine, gaming's most iconic horror story, became so viral and well known. Minecraft's massive open and randomly generated worlds feel very empty when you play alone, and when the idea that there is something else out there enters your mind, it's hard to take your mind off that possibility that maybe you did see something. Maybe there was something in your game you saw one time that wasn't supposed to be there, or wasn't there before. You may be playing with the knowledge that mobs are around the place, but there's always something in the back of your mind that says, what if there is something out there that I've not seen yet? Anything could be there, waiting for you. Hello, I hope you're enjoying the video. This video isn't sponsored, but I would like to draw attention to my channel memberships, which I have open now. If you're enjoying the video and you like my videos, and you like them so much you'd like to support me in the future, you can just press the join button on my channel, and it'll show you what the perks are for the two tiers that there are available at the moment. The first one, I believe, is the €2. I don't know what that is in other currencies. Around €2. And then the Dino Supporter one, I think it's closer to €7. If you really like my videos, I'm not forcing it on anyone. You can enjoy this stuff for completely free. I love making videos. I'll make them no matter what. The amount of subscribers I gotten, by the way, we hit. I'm starting to sound like one of those very generic YouTube. But the channel memberships is an option if you want to support the videos. If you like my videos so much you'd like to support them, that's always an option down there. If you can't afford it, and you don't have any spare money to give, don't. right? I don't want anyone's money if you can't afford it. Only if you can afford it and you want to support me. That is all the option is there. The option's there if you want to do it. But anyway, yeah, that's all I'm interrupting this video for. If you enjoy, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Give me money. I'm great at sponsorships. Now, solo survival Minecraft is definitely not what most people bought the game for. Survival Minecraft isn't the most interesting game when it's played on its own, but with friends it makes the experience much more memorable. In this way, Minecraft is a perfect online multiplayer game. A massive open world that's new every time can make people return to the game no matter how many times it has been played. I am of the opinion that couch co-op is actually one of the best ways to spend time with friends, with its one disadvantage being the screen size having to change. Online co-op in Minecraft works extremely well. It's why so many YouTubers have become so successful from the game. And don't fret, I'll be bringing up Minecraft creators later on in the video, but survival online co-op does make for more memorable experiences, likely because there is actually other people you can talk to and have them respond back to you. Unlike in solo survival, where you're endlessly talking to your dog. Does the multiplayer take away from the atmosphere of the game though? Yeah, maybe. It really depends on the people you play with and the vibe that you all have together. A game like Phasmophobia, for example, it will change depending on whether you are going into the game nervous for the first time, or if you're a veteran looking for a fun time to just scare people, or to make fun of the ghosts. That is also very fun. Minecraft's online experience is quite similar to that, and I think it's quite impressive that a game can master multiple different atmospheres without changing anything. Minecraft often uses music, Foley, and ambience noise to immerse the player into their own world. I'll bring up the music later on, but the Foley and ambient sounds I'll mention here. Foley, for those of you who don't know, is basically a term for the sound effect that replicates sounds you would hear in everyday life. Everyday life? In Minecraft, for example, Steve walking on grass makes this noise. These natural sounds are used very well in Minecraft because they are also used by any other creature that could be around the area. For example, if you're exploring late at night and you're trying to find your bearings, you could possibly hear the sound of something landing on grass behind you, and this tells you something's nearby, but it doesn't quite tell you what it is. You could turn around and see your friend or a zombie, and you'd only realize which one it is when it's a little too late. This also works when you're alone because these things can happen with cows and like pigs as well. They can make noises. But no, the Foley works very well in Minecraft. The sound effects are extremely well used. Ambient sounds are really everywhere in Minecraft, and they often go from reasonably okay to there's a demon in the game somewhere. But when you're alone, these sounds can haunt you, especially when it's dark or you're entering a cave. These sounds play every time you enter a cave. I swear, it's the worst. It's always the worst sound effect you could possibly hear going into a dark cave. This isn't Minecraft tricking you by putting random noises around the place. This is Minecraft telling you, expect anything. There's something always out there to get you. But you'll be fine, if you're not afraid of the unknown, which you probably are. I know I am. Ah, good old creative mode. Who doesn't remember all the times they tried to build a gigantic city and got like maybe 6 buildings in before giving up? It is the true sandbox experience. You can build close to everything and anything as long as you dedicate the time to learning how things operate in Minecraft. People make cities in Minecraft, skyscrapers in Minecraft. They build world landmarks and homes and villages, but the creativity doesn't end there. People make pixel art through Minecraft. People make moving houses inside of Minecraft. They're replicating Ireland in Minecraft. Ireland! I think it's fair to say Minecraft is a game without limits. Even though my Switch might explode if I load another world, the vast journey of creating in Minecraft is a memory most of you watching will have remembered fondly from your past. Or from like last year when you had that Minecraft phase again. Now some may say that Minecraft does limit you in many ways. To all the people out there wanting to build telescopes and like deep sea submarines through Minecraft, yeah, you're technically right. But for such a simple and basic concept, Minecraft has lived on for a lot longer than it ever probably should have. Yeah, building cities is very fun, and with friends you can coordinate to build extremely impressive structures, But surely eventually the game would run out of steam. Eventually the game's player base would move on to different games and to something else. But this is Minecraft we're talking about.
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video.
Hey there everyone, Dan here from the Diamond Minecart, and welcome to another Minecraft mod showcase.
Hey guys, what's up? LDShadowlady here, and I'm back on my single player world, as you can tell.
What's going on, dudes, and welcome back to Minecraft, where I wanted to showcase an awesome mod that seems to have become pretty popular since it was first released, I think, just this past week.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Squid's Risk Island Challenge.
I'm ZackScott, you're watching ZackScott Games, and I am going to play Minecraft. Whoa, dude.
There has never been a game that has given so many people a career more than Minecraft. Minecraft YouTubers and more recently Twitch streamers do what they love mostly due to how flexible Minecraft is. It's pure entertainment to watch a couple of friends explore worlds or take on specific challenges or fight each other to the death. Older creators like Stampy and DanTDM and LDShadowlady are probably names you remember from years ago, or at the very least have heard people talk about, because now you're old and you're frail and you have to pay taxes now. Although these creators and their personalities are what made them so likable, it was what they created with Minecraft that completely blew up their channels. And through their videos, Minecraft would only get more and more popular. You'd see a video of DanTDM trying out a mod or something as a kid, and then boom, you beg your parents for a copy of the game. These creators mostly appealed to kids, and not kids as in teens, kids as in children, using the bright and colourful world of Minecraft to keep kids entertained. And now, as those kids have grown up, those kind of YouTube videos just don't appeal to you anymore. Which is why, as time progressed, Minecraft creators began to change. Creators became less kid-friendly and directed themselves more towards a general audience. And they did all of this by still coming up with new ideas for videos within Minecraft. As I say, Minecraft's longevity is absolute madness, with some of today's biggest creators only really finding an audience within the last 3 years. Minecraft is 13 years old. A loyal community is vital for any game to be considered a classic, but Minecraft is beyond loyal. Every game developer in the world wishes their game's community would be even half as faithful and everlasting as Minecraft's is. I remember watching a series called Minecraft Hardcore by Peanut Butter Gamer, where he and other creators would try and reach the Ender Dragon without dying. And if you died, everyone would need to continue on without you. I personally really enjoyed watching it, and it made me wish I had more than 3 friends. Dream's Manhunt series is almost definitely not completely original, but the entertainment value in seeing somebody being so good within Minecraft made people really enjoy watching those videos. Hence why his most popular videos are all of these Manhunt videos. His most popular series is the Manhunt series. In Dream's case, he is a professional speedrunner of the game, and watching somebody outpace others within a game everyone is so familiar with makes his videos so good at grabbing attention. Even if he cheated a couple of times, but I mean, we're not going to talk about that in this video. Minecraft has done so much for so many people that it's hard to disagree that it had nothing but a positive impact on so many people. There have been multiple horror stories of the Minecraft fanbase. A lot of them are kids, so obviously there's going to be tantrums, you know, they're kids. Yet in a general aspect, Minecraft's effect on YouTube will never be replicated by anything ever again. But that doesn't mean Minecraft is completely flawless. Why does Minecraft have different versions? What do Minecoins do? What is this game's legacy going to be in the future? And what did this player dream? This player dreamed of sunlight and trees, of fire and water. It dreamed, it created, and it dreamed, it destroyed. It dreamed it hunted and was hunted. It dreamed of shelter. What true structure did this player create? It worked with a million others to sculpt a true world and created it cannot read that thought. No, it has not yet achieved the highest level. That it must achieve in the long dream of life, not the short dream of a game. Sometimes when they're deep in dreams, I want to tell them they're building true worlds in reality. Sometimes I want to tell them of their importance to the universe. Sometimes, when they have not made a true connection in a while, I want to help them to speak the word they fear. It reads our thoughts. Minecraft Java and Minecraft Bedrock. These are the two definitive versions of Minecraft. It takes one look at the website to spot what the differences are between the two versions. And it is so weird that the two versions of the game exist, but let me just tell you what each one does. Minecraft Bedrock is the basic version of the game that you can get on all consoles and also on the PC. It is now on the Switch, the PlayStation, the Xbox, and the mobile version of the game. Originally, each console had a version of the game tailored to the individual console it was bought on. Xbox 360 version, PS3 version, Wii U version, even mobile had Pocket Edition, which is a cute name, but I mean, yeah, whatever, Bedrock is edgier, I guess. It even got a 3DS version in 2018. Nintendo, why do you do this? You never make sense. And these supposed different versions of the game weren't actually too different from each other, so eventually Mojang decided to combine them all into one single version for consoles. Except for the limited edition Mario stuff in the Wii U version. They kept that stuff for the Switch only, because it's Nintendo. And oh my god, they got Ludwig in the skin pack. I had no idea. This makes me so happy. Anyway, back to being depressed, because Bedrock Edition in its current state is not the best. I must remind you that the footage you are seeing is from my Switch, so obviously it's not going to be the best run game. But the Switch version runs into problems constantly. The chunks often take way too long to load in this version. Pressing the home menu once and coming back like 7 seconds later disconnects you from the entire game, it seems, and the internet, and like resets the world, so yeah, everything has to load in again. I don't understand that. The controls also feel so much more slippery than the previous version. Placing blocks in a line is so weird because when you move, you don't suddenly stop like you used to before. If you place or destroy enough blocks in a row and move from where you started placing them, the world around you just starts to like blip out. This is probably a way to cut down on resources, since the game only deloads the sides of the blocks that you can't see from where you started building or destroying these blocks. But by the time you are not in the same place as where you started, the game really struggles. As I was building this island for the creative part of this video, all of these happened to me constantly. I felt like the game is too heavily reliant on changing what worked perfectly before. The devs basically decided to make one unanimous version to change and improve everything, but it really doesn't feel that way. I played it on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 version as well. I thought the game runs a lot better, obviously, that's what you'd expect. It's the same version as the thing on my Switch, only without Ludwig, so it isn't as good. Seriously though, Bedrock version of Minecraft really feels like it has less soul. It probably doesn't help that this version has mine coins. Yes sir, this is money, currency, like V-Bucks but square. You can use mine coins to buy items on the marketplace, a store with stuff like texture packs, skin packs, worlds, and the sort. I'm starting to realize why the soul might be sucked out of this version. Look, I'm all for creative add-ons to games, but when you start charging for a texture pack that was free on a previous version, and this marketplace, by the way, looks like the scammiest place on earth, and it's an officially promoted spot right at the home menu, a big shiny animated button, and once you press it, it just looks like a scam site or something. It's so bizarre. Mojang aren't the only people who make stuff on this marketplace, however. Over 295 partners and organizations also make custom content at Scam Central. From my research, around 43 of these partners and organizations have earned over €1 million from payouts. €1 million from this marketplace.
1 in 7.5 trillion.
This thing prints money and I have no idea why. I bought a world on a texture pack, I'm not disclosing for how much, just to see what was up. Not only was I greeted with the most basic looking skins that I bought, but I got heartburn when I realized that there's absolutely nothing special about these whatsoever. It's purely just massive worlds for you to explore. Not to sound like old-fashioned, but am I paying to take a tour around a pre-built metropolis? What? If I wanted to do that, I'd pack my bags and head into Dublin City. Why am I doing this on Minecraft? What's the point of this? According to Mojang, this counts as DLC. I'd count it as a shredding device because that was the biggest waste of paper money I've ever spent in my days on Earth. Anyway, Minecraft Java, according to the website, does not have the Minecraft Marketplace, so in my books it's 1,000,000% better than what is on Bedrock. Wait, does this mean that the Marketplace is like purely for kids who spend their parents' credit card on the version of Minecraft that doesn't have like any mods or something like that? That's all the Marketplace is for. It's for useless add-ons for Bedrock that kids use in replace of getting mods for an actual oh my god, it's becoming so much more clear now. So the Java edition has mods, which I don't even have, and I can confirm they are much better than what's on Bedrock. As I said, I don't own the Java edition because my PC is from 2006 or something. It's a miracle I can make videos in the first place. But from what I know about this version, it uses a separate world format, so certain tools created for Java won't work in Bedrock, and that's why there's two different versions of the game. I guess that does make sense, but why'd you have to make the marketplace? Just don't put any mods in it, please. They're not even mods, they're just retextures. Oh my god. Stuff like the aforementioned mods that the community members make for the game won't work on Bedrock, which is completely fine, I understand that. As far as I'm aware, this is the only major difference between the two versions, but people seem split on whichever they prefer, so I can't say for sure which one is superior, as it really depends on your opinion. I will say though, Bedrock really could have done without this Minecoin system. Aside from the issues I have said about it, it's just weird, right? Java has these things for completely free, since most mods are free to download. And these mods often change the game more than like anything on Bedrock does. So having this massive store that is, to put it bluntly, half-arsed, it just genuinely ruins the vibe, in my opinion. I'm not saying this alone ruins Minecraft's legacy, that's not what this video is about, of course not. But what I am saying is that it's very lazy and greedy to make something like this and promote it so heavily. Even, like, this is the front page. Look at how colourful the marketplace is compared to the other options, to everything else on the main menu. And yet they play the game. To tell them how to live is to prevent them living. Minecraft story mode. God, I can't believe I bought this game twice. Yes, I got the game twice. I swore I wasn't going to admit that any time in my life, and I was going to take it to my grave. Yet here we are. You know, I'm actually the richest man in the world if money was replaced with copies of Minecraft Story Mode. When I say I bought it, I meant my parents bought it because I was a younger lad when this game released. I originally got it on the launch day for the Xbox 360 version, and I enjoyed it, until I realized you needed to buy the rest of the chapters. And my family had no internet at the time, so I couldn't get any. So I then got it on my Android tablet and downloaded the entire game using my grandmother's Wi-Fi, with all the chapters on it. Maybe the Minecoins were the second worst purchase of my life. Okay, maybe I'm going in too negative here. Maybe I'll give the game another chance. How bad can it be?
Would you rather fight 100 chicken-sized zombies or 10 zombie-sized chickens?
Oh god, never mind.
I just don't want to give people one more reason to call us losers.
Who cares what they think? Just embrace it. We aren't losers. Okay, these options suck, because the last option is just wrong. Like, she's literally just started explaining the use of daylight sensors in Minecraft. After giving us a 1,000 chickens, or whatever the question was, is if Minecraft gamers talk to each other like that. The main character has a pet pig. We are the losers. This is what losers look like. These characters absolutely suck. This is brilliant loser representation. I'm all for it. You gotta be self-aware here. Gloria was her name? Olivia, that was it. Gloria's the hippo from Madagascar.
Never know when I might need to shear some sheep.
So I think you've gotten the vibe from these clips alone. This is what Telltale games were. Telltale were notorious for writing great stories told through an interactive medium using popular franchises like Batman and The Walking Dead. These were not your stereotypical video game, because gameplay is often limited to pressing dialogue options that may change the story depending what you pick, and also QuickTime events. Telltale were one of the new boys on the block, reaching great success and building a solid reputation, until Minecraft Story Mode was made. A lot of people consider it one of the Telltale games, and that's about it. And after announcing that investors had pulled out the funding for Telltale, they died, and LCG Entertainment was established in its place. One of the final acts, one of the final things that Telltale did as people knew them, and I'm not lying to you, was porting Minecraft Story Mode. That was one of the last things Telltale ever did. And they didn't port it to a home console, and they didn't port it to a handheld. They ported Minecraft Story Mode to Netflix. This company went bankrupt porting Minecraft Story Mode to Netflix. I'm not joking there. It got bankrupt while they were doing that, and so they had to finish it while the company had no money. One of the last acts as a company was porting a Minecraft video game to a streaming service. Yes, it wasn't just Minecraft Story Mode that broke Telltale, obviously, but the game definitely had such a weird concept that I don't think Telltale were really too confident about making it. In fact, you cannot even play this game legally anymore, since Telltale died, you can't get it from them anymore, and Netflix removed their version of Minecraft Story Mode in 2022, which is like a real spit in the face of the final days of Telltale and the people who worked hard on porting that. Like, that was somebody's job to do that. Likely getting paid peanuts to port a game over to a streaming service, which is a weird task. No matter what your opinion on this game is, whether you enjoyed it or not, or you have never even heard of it, it was such a weird concept for Minecraft's next big step as a series. How did Minecraft as a series go from a survival creative sandbox game to a limited Telltale story game? Like, they're the complete opposite of each other. I think Minecraft suits itself a lot better as a standalone game because it's successful on its own. It doesn't really need a sequel or any spin-offs. There have been many other spin-offs. Minecraft Earth, Minecraft Dungeons, and most recently Minecraft Legends are all games, but like none of them have really reached a grain of sand in popularity compared to Minecraft's sandbox of a sandbox game. Listen, I'm not going to bore you with the plot or any actual part of the stories in any of these games. I don't want to do that. If you want to play them, go and play them. I don't want to spoil it for you here. But Minecraft can be so diverse in terms of storytelling until you make a game that has a story in it. The best forms of Minecraft storytelling you can get is playing naturally with your friends. And yes, Minecraft Story Mode did have a chapter with YouTubers in it. I admit, that was cool, but it didn't make the game any better. Telltale games were often divided upon, as most people just decided to watch people play them rather than play the games themselves. I feel like this is probably what happened with this game too. The only really amazing new Minecraft related thing that's happened in recent memory is Steve being added to Super Smash Bros. But as we move forward to more recent times, Minecraft, for many people, has gotten a bit stale. And here is where Minecraft as a game is going in a bad direction. Over the last 2 decades, video games have changed a lot. Not just graphically, but also in the way of adding new content after the release of a game. DLC, post-game updates, and patches have been commonly used in most video games that are on consoles and that can connect to the internet. It leads, in my opinion, to less bug testing and general playtesting of the game, since if anything is found that completely breaks the game, it can just be fixed with a single update. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly has a notorious glitch in it that allows you to beat the entire game within 3 minutes. This game-destroying bug completely ruins the rest of the game if you find it, but this glitch is still on every copy of the game. Now, if this game was released today, this glitch would be a problem for maybe a day or so, and then it would be patched out, and people could enjoy the game as intended. Minecraft has had many updates over the years, so who could forget? The horse update. Gotta be one of the best horse-related updates of all time. Every year or so, Minecraft gets an update, with the devs continuing to add important or useful items many in the community have asked for. Some updates are bigger than others, the Nether update being one of the most memorable in my opinion. It splashes new life into the Nether, giving much more personality than just a big scary red place like it was before. Adding new biomes with their different quirks added a lot more to the natural progression of playing Minecraft to go and beat the Ender Dragon. That, and they also added the portals, like I said earlier, they added them in the overworld, so now it's, it's easier to get there. It's easier to understand what you're doing while you're playing. Very good update. From what I've seen, it is one of the most popular updates ever given to the game. But not every update the game has gotten has been received well. In fact, most of them have had problems with changing or adding stuff nobody really wanted changed or added. For example, the mob votes. If you're unfamiliar with mob votes, I'll tell you exactly what they are. Mojang hold a public poll that allow players to choose between different mob options that could be added to the game. Democracy, we love to see it. However, there are a couple of problems with the mob vote. Number 1, these options suck. The 3 options for the 2022 mob vote were the Sniffer, that could find ancient seeds the player could use to grow new plants, the Rascal, that would give the player a special item after the player found the Rascal thing, whatever it was supposed to be, and the Tough Golem, that would have acted as a small stand to display items on that would also come to life and move around. Now tell me this, Why do we need any of those three? Why do they all suck? Like, they are as lame and specific as the last. The sniffer won the vote, but like, look at it. What even is the point of this? I get Mojang want more original concepts in the game, and obviously giving the community the choice to pick which ones they want, that's a good thing, but the options are always so boring. None of these mobs completely blow you away. Conceptually, they all add very little to the basic game of Minecraft. Unlike the sort of additions like the Creeper or the Enderman that actually changed a lot about the game, the Sniffer, that's the big new guy in the new update? Look at it. To find the Sniffer, you first need to find an ocean monument because their eggs only spawn under the sea in a chest for some reason, and then you have to wait for the egg to hatch once you put it on land, and then you can watch as it takes decades for it to walk from A to B, only to get one piece of seed you might ever need. It's so... I don't even know if I explained that right, but that's the way I explained it, so there. I'm not even going to bother trying to put more time into the Sniffer than I already have. There's no point adding these mobs if their functionality is so specific and practically useless to the average player. Creepers were effective because not only did they not die in the sunlight like skeletons and zombies did, but they exploded. Like, they blew up the area around you, which means you had to be aware when you were around your base at all times to make sure that thing weren't anywhere near your house. That's why people made the brilliant ideas to make their bases up in trees or just high in places high somewhere, so that creepers couldn't destroy the building. Enderman added the Ender Pearls, which eventually would lead you on your way to the end. Like, it doesn't tell you specifically it does it, but it does something. It does something major for the game. I'm not saying every mob has to do something massive to change the game, but this idea for the Sniffer it doesn't make sense to me. It's not worth the hassle going for it in the first place. Instead of adding these mobs, I think Mojang should focus on areas of the game they can improve on, rather than adding to areas of the game they don't need to add on to. The second problem with mob votes are content creators, YouTubers and streamers. Dream decided to voice his support in the 2020 mob vote, telling friends and fans to vote for the glow squid, the most useless mob in the entire game, in my opinion. I mean, is it really even opinion based? Is it really an opinion that it's so... It does nothing. It glows under the glow squid is just a squid that glows. That's all it does. I'm telling you, that is literally, that's all it does. This won the vote. Democracy was thrown out the window, because when people like Dream have such a large following and he tells his fans to go do something, they will do it. I'm not saying any of this to hate on Dream or any of his friends. He should have the freedom to do whatever he wants with a vote. But do you want to hear the fun part? None of this matters. None of this matters anyway, because both of these mobs were mediocre at best. The mob that lost was called an Icelager, which basically gave snowy biomes some toughness to it. Personally, for me, I would have voted for this one if I was going to vote in it, because this is a lot better than a fancy looking lamp that swims under the ocean. But did it really have to be a new mob? Why not just have something existing, like a pillager, for example, wear an expensive coat, and there you go. Scary. Besides, there are so many mobs in the game already, I genuinely can't remember them all. I think there's such a thing as too much of a good thing, and Mojang over the years have decided to just keep adding new mob after new mob without considering, wait a second, maybe we have too many things in the game. Nah, let's toss in the demon golem just for a laugh. I know that mobs are not the biggest issue when it comes to this game. I have seen the complaints from Minecraft fans. A lack of new mobs is not a major problem. It is the fact that the current mobs are too easy. You play games to have fun. Well, Minecraft has got to be one of the most replayable games ever made. There are so many different ways to play, but now people are starting to get a tiny bit fatigued with vanilla Minecraft. Yeah, it only took 12 years, I know. But there are definitely ways to make people interested again. Like what I was saying with the mobs, for example. The game has updated so much that it's easier than ever before to be good at Minecraft. The basic enemies like zombies and skeletons are brilliantly designed in terms of their attack patterns for new players, but as the player progresses, these mobs stay the exact same. They don't get any tougher, and they don't get any more interesting. Adding in a more ruthless or stronger version of these monsters would absolutely go a long way into making the game tougher for the ever-growing player base. Playing with friends will always be a great time in Minecraft, even if you play for your first or your billionth time. But people are often finding new ways to play as a community. It's a massive reason as why SMP servers, survival multiplayer servers, have been so popular. Most of them use mods or use the game itself to create characters and a story. Very little of Minecraft's current popularity is due to Minecraft as a survival game. And it's harsh to expect more of that considering the game is older than some of the people who play the game now. But vanilla Minecraft has the ability to become interesting again. It won't be the old Minecraft we have known for so long, but it would be a good change. It would be a new adventure for hardcore fans of the game. You might have thought this video was all about nostalgic Minecraft and how the good old days really can't be beat. Well, that's not really true. No matter how many YouTube videos will claim Minecraft is dead, Minecraft is boring, Minecraft cheated on my wife, Minecraft will never be as good as it used to be, that's never the case. There is a reason why people keep coming back to the game after so long. Can you really blame them? It is the most sandboxiest game to ever release. It has showcased the vast creativity of humankind. It has introduced us to friends, to new ideas. We keep coming back with new ones, and that's why I think you have to have a little bit of optimism for this game's future. Because although I'm about to get into Minecraft's current status as a game, you have to admit a game has to do something right to keep its popularity strong for so long, and to keep people coming back so many times. Is Minecraft fated to crumble into a busy, overbearing mess of a game that Microsoft will continue printing money with? That is the question I started writing this video with, because it was a trend I realized while playing the game, while researching the game. It was a trend I realized when I started looking up the marketplace and like all this DLC stuff. It was a trend that I realized was happening when I started seeing people complain about the game, something that I've never actually seen happen in Minecraft before. Minecraft has a weird legacy. On one hand, so many people remember the game fondly, and that will never be taken away from them. But on the other hand, the game has changed so much since those times. Minecraft keeps surviving by what it has been for people rather than what the game itself is actually becoming. A game failing to adapt to the new things being added to it with every update. It's Minecraft, a game from your childhood. And yet now, it has changed in so many ways. It's not unrecognizable, but it's so different that you may not find as much enjoyment in it anymore. Mojang are often called lazy. That's a word I hate using, but they are often called lazy. Personally, I would describe them as stuck. Because yes, at the end of the day, it's a business. They need new and old players to buy the game and any DLC the game comes with to earn money. And I'm sure the developers are creative people. Of course they are. You don't get a game development job by being stern and boring and predictable. You bring new stuff to the table all the time. But they are being faced with the task of adding more onto a game that needed nothing more in it. They're being tasked with adding stuff to a game that was so simple that they ran into a roadblock trying to make stuff for it. They had to change stuff to make new stuff. They have to keep people interested in updates. It's understandable why Mojang devs do not want to tamper with something that's become so successful. It's probably why they haven't changed anything about how getting to the end, I'd imagine. It's a good business decision to add on to what was made, rather than change what is already there, but it's not a good decision for the health of Minecraft in particular. Most of the video I've been criticizing Minecraft's developers and Microsoft for being misfocused, for ignoring bigger issues, for relying on what was already built, and giving players cheap excuses for DLC. Relying on its legacy to carry the game into the future, and relying on it to make money. As long as updates keep rolling out, Minecraft will change. How we view the game may not be the same as how future generations will view the game when they play. Will they be playing the so-called dead or boring version of Minecraft, a game we told them was one of the best of all time? A game that had problems that were never fixed, a game that nobody on Earth would want to play again because it got so out of control. A game not worth replaying. Most games are made with the intent for the player to replay a couple of times. Most of them fail. Maybe the game didn't go about progressing the right way. Maybe it was too sluggish to go through all over again. Maybe it was too repetitive. Minecraft's legacy is its replayability. Minecraft's legacy is how you played it nearly every day after school. Minecraft's legacy is how you took breaks from the game but kept coming back. Minecraft's legacy is how you played the game over and over again. And Minecraft's legacy will soon be what it is in the future. A game that had lasted way longer than anyone had planned, but also a game that focused on the wrong things, never changed what it needed to, and broke down. New players can only imagine your memories of this game. New generations can only begin to wonder what older Minecraft was like. New players can never experience what you did, and now neither can you. It's a game that will keep us entertained for as long as it continues to be sold. Even with all of its current and past issues, Minecraft has a legacy that can only become affected by greed. It could become a shell of its former self, and it could be remembered for its downfall rather than its popularity, as many things have. You as a person may never see a game like Minecraft ever again, and it's very easy to take that for granted. Having the game evolve with the player base is something Mojang needs to do in order to keep Minecraft as brilliant as it ever has been. Minecraft's adaptability can be improved so much, but it's not unfair to say it recently hasn't been very promising. I suppose all we, the players, can do is hope the game, when it does die, is remembered for what it did for us, rather than what we did for it. And what we loved about our first ever journey in Minecraft will never be replicated again. So all we can do is look forward to our next one. You are alive. And the universe said, I love you. And the universe said, you've played the game well. And the universe said, everything you need is within you. And the universe said, you are stronger than you know. And the universe said, you are the daylight. And the universe said, you are the night. And the universe said, the darkness you fight is within you. And the universe said, the light you seek is within you. And the universe said, you are not alone. And the universe said, you are the universe, tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. And the universe said, I love you, because you are love. And the game was over, and the player woke up from the dream. And the player began a new dream. And the player dreamed again, dreamed better. And the player was the universe. And the player was love. You are the player. Wake up.